Hi everyone, it's Liz of Consumed by Books, and I'm here to do a book haul for you. This is about a month and a half worth of books, which explains the amount, and I'm also making this my holiday sweater vlog, so you can take in this marvelousness while I talk to you about books. I have a handful of review books. They are all advanced reader copies for 2014 that were sent to me by Macmillan. First up, I have The Rule of Three. This is by Eric Walters and is about a world where the power has gone out. And it sounds very post-apocalyptic. I know that one main character in this book has a mother who is a policewoman, and I'm very interested to see how that plays a role in the story. This one will be out in January of 2014. Next up, I have a February of 2014 ARC. That is Tin Star by Cecil Castellucci. This book is about a 16-year-old girl who finds herself in space. She's abandoned on a space station, and she's with aliens that she doesn't understand. So I haven't read a lot of YA books featuring aliens, and this one sounds awesome. Plus, it looks like it'll be a quick read based on the fact that it is only about 230 pages. So I'm looking forward to giving this one a shot and seeing if I like it or not. Next up, I have Nil, which is by Lynn Matson. This book is about an island called Nil. People go there and they have 365 days to try to escape, and if they don't, then they die. This does not sound a lot like a lot of the other things that I read. It sounds like kind of a survivor type story. So I'm eager to give it a shot and see if I like it or if it's just not my thing. That one, by the way, will be releasing in March of 2014, and the last three I have are from April of 2014. I have Love Letters to the Dead. This is by Ava Delaria, and I'm interested in this for a lot of reasons. One is that it comes out on my birthday, April 1st, which is a silly reason, but I was kind of excited when I saw it. The premise of this book is that a girl has to write a letter to someone dead for English class, and she starts writing a lot of them. That sounds like a really cool premise to me, and I'm also very much infatuated with this cover. I really like the color scheme and the way things are laid out, so I'm eager to dive into this one. Next up, I have Plus One by Elizabeth Fama. I really don't know much about this book, but Elizabeth's debut, Monstrous Beauty, got fantastic reviews, so I have a feeling that I will enjoy this one, because Monstrous Beauty got positive reviews from other reviewers that I trust. And my last review book is Secret. This is by Lindsay Smith. This is a book that is set in communist Russia, and the main character in this book is able to read the minds of the people that she touches. This sounds like it's going to be a fascinating, fast-paced read, a little bit like Codename Verity, but not too much. I also find it interesting that Sarnia by Jane L. Patrick, aka Jackson Pierce, also releases in 2014. It's apparently going to be the year of the Russian book, although Sarnia is more historical fiction, Fabergé eggs, and not so much spy type stuff. And next up, I have a pile of books that I purchased, starting with one of the books that I was most excited for in 2013, and that is Vicious by V.E. Schwab. V.E. Schwab is Victoria Schwab, author of The Near Witch and The Archived, both of which I loved. This is actually her first adult novel, and it is about supervillains, which sounds really cool. I pre-ordered this one, and it came here the day it came out. I told myself I was going to read it right away, so of course, other books have gotten in the way, and I have not read it yet, but I'm very much looking forward to reading it when I do get the opportunity. I have a copy of Sex and Violence by Carrie Mesrobian. This book is about a boy whose name is Evan, I believe. Yes. His name is Evan, and he can pretty much have sex with whatever girl he wants. But one day he has sex with the wrong girl, and he gets the crap beaten out of him for it because the girl has a boyfriend, I believe. So Evan gets the crap beaten out of him, and then he moves to a lake house with his father in Minnesota, and this book is kind of about his recovery process from that. I actually went to the launch for this book, and Carrie read a little bit aloud from it, and it sounds fascinating. We also played a drinking game, which was really fun, and she signed this one to me. It says, "To Liz, thank you for driving out and reading Carrie Mesrobian." So I'm very much looking forward to reading this one. I would love to get to it in 2013, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen yet. So we'll see. I have Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. As I'm sure a lot of you guys know, this is a book that I've already read and loved. I actually read A Digital Galley in May of this year, and I had to buy a finished copy because it's fantastic. It's about two sisters, Cather and Wren. They have been writing a fan fiction about a series called Simon Snow, which is essentially Harry Potter. They can't use Harry Potter, I believe, for copyright reasons. But when they get to college, Wren is kind of like, hey, I'm not sure if I really want to write fan fiction with you anymore. I don't want to be your roommate. I think that we should branch out and have separate identities. And it's kind of about Cather learning how to grow as a person. Should she keep writing fan fiction? What kind of interest does she want to pursue? Who does she want to be friends with? Who does she want to be? And it's just a really wonderful story that I highly recommend reading. Definitely my favorite of all three of Rainbow Rowell's books. And after I finished that one, I got attachments from my library because I was like, well, I need more of this. Next up is another book I already read. This is Across a Starswept C by Diana Peterfrund. This is a companion novel to For Darkness Shows the Stars by Diana Peterfrund. You do not have to read For Darkness Shows the Stars to enjoy this book, but you will appreciate this book much, much more if you read For Darkness Shows the Stars first. I loved this book. The plot was a huge page turner. The setting was beautiful. I loved the side characters, and the romance was really, really fantastic. I was kind of worried that it wasn't going to do it for me, but Peterfrund just completely nailed the romance. It was fantastic. I loved this book. It is a new favorite of mine. If you have not read Diana's books, then you really need to because she's awesome. You'll see Rampant and Ascendant are on my shelf behind me. Killer unicorns, what? I have yet another book I've already read, Doll Bones by Holly Black. This is a creepy story about three kids who have been playing kind of this role-playing type game, and as they're getting older, they decide to incorporate this antique doll, and they start to realize that there's a backstory to her. So this is about the story that they uncover. It is a nice, creepy middle grade read, and it's a good read to curl up with in the fall because it's got a very autumnal feel and atmosphere to it. Next up is a book that I hadn't originally planned on buying, but it is Allegiant by Veronica Roth. I actually read Divergent earlier this year, and I wasn't overwhelmed by it. It wasn't my all-time favorite book. My reason for deciding to pick this one up is that there were people pirating it, and I really dislike book pirates because in order for authors to make money off of their books, people need to buy them. So I decided to try and help make up for at least one of the pirates by buying a copy of this book. So this is the final book in the Divergent trilogy. I do plan on finishing the trilogy soon. If I decide that I really dislike all three books, then they'll probably just go in a giveaway for you guys or be donated somewhere. So I'm okay with buying a copy. Next up is one that I'm really excited for, but I know is going to gut me, and that is Rose Under Fire by Elizabeth Wein. This one is the sequel to Codename Verity. Codename Verity focused a lot on pilots. This one is set in a concentration camp, and it's going to be a very emotionally challenging read. I may not be ready for it, but I'm going to give it a try because I know I'm going to love it and cry. I have a copy of Dark Triumph by Robin LaFervers. This is the sequel to Grave Mercy. I have not yet read Grave Mercy, but this one sounded fantastic. The whole series sounds fantastic, so I went ahead and got this one too. I have a book that has been getting tons of rave reviews all year, and it is The Fifth Way by Rick Yancey. This book is about aliens, and it's gotten a lot of good reviews. And aside from that, I don't want to know too much more, because alien books are kind of iffy for me. I'm just not sure if I'm going to like it or not, and Rick Yancey's book, The Monstermologist, was really gross for me. I was grossed out the whole time I was reading this book. So I think that it's just good for me to go into this book with few expectations. Other than that, it's probably pretty good based on what other people have said. I love how this cover glows, by the way. They've got like a nice sheen on the sun, and it makes the whole thing really shiny and pretty. And lastly, I have a picture book to share with you guys. Extra Yarn by Mac Barnett. This was a Caldecott Honor book, and it's fantastic, and that's all I'm going to say. If you have kids in your life and you want to give them a book with a little bit of magic, I highly recommend this one. So that's everything for this video. Those are all the books that I have to share with you guys today. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch. I hope you guys have a fantastic holiday season if I don't vlog again soon. Enjoy whatever you are celebrating. I'm celebrating Christmas myself, and also New Year's when that rolls around. Be sure to let me know what books you have gotten recently, what books are on your holiday wish list, if you're doing any Secret Santas, that kind of thing. And I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a good one. Bye.